See you. Wake up and rise up in your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday, we'll season the day. Digital finance, harmony of love, serving food for what those two, rising as the beat and it Eastern on P2G TV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
Grand Rising. What's happening? What's happening?
How you doing?
Well, you know, it was a very, very good weekend, and I enjoyed it. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, weekends. I just have days. I'm living a life. There's no such thing. And this is so funny. This takes it back to my daughter, my sister, and my daughter love to watch the old English shows. And one of their favorites happens to be it's not the Bridgerton one, it's the other one. It's the
Gilded Age.
No, the other one with the big house.
Oh shit, there's so many of them.
Anyway, the matriarch says, "What is a weekend?" I said, "Oh God, y'all, you don't get it. We really don't get that everyone does not live. The average person lives their life Monday to Friday. They work. Their work is their whole life. People like queens and kings don't have weekends. There's no such thing. Billionaires don't have weekends. There's no break from work on the weekend. They run their company and they run their empires all year round, every day.
Year to year, day to day, week to week.
Holiday. I'm just learning the language of money, y'all.
It's funny when you think about it, though. There is no other day there's no day that you don't run business.
How you doing?
Saturdays.
Learning the language of money. This is so amazing. It's truly amazing.
Saturday, Sunday, they're all business days. Whether you're in the office or not.
I loved it.
I'm starting to get the world of that myself. And it's like, wait a minute. No, that's not what you did.
So it's interesting that language, like I said, we say language is subjective and consistently. I'm just letting you guys know it's the thing that makes our world go round. And the language that you use determines how you see the world. Hey, Miss Faye. Miss Faye is up at 5 a.m. What you doing up, sis? Thank you. Love
you, Miss Faye. Love you.
That's California, y'all. That's what's up. That's what we talking about. My cat, Black Casper. We don't know where this brother is.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Look. We don't need you singing on here. We don't need you singing. So, Grand Rising and welcome to Mental Wellness Wednesday. We try to bring in a lot of great things, and I hope you guys got your little rock on with the intro, because that's what we do in the morning. We get our little energy up. That's why it's so up and up and up the way the songs are to start our intro to start, because we want you to live into your day. We want you to start with something positive, to pull yourself up and realize that this is your life. Do what you want. You get to do what you want. There's no boss. I want you guys to stop using the word boss, supervisor, the people you work with. How about that? Your partners in business, because that's really what they are. You all came to this space. You came to your job because someone needed what you do, and they still need you to work. But you want to be the best one they ever seen, and the last one they want to get, that they want to see go. You know, shout out to my last job at Happy Home 5 years ago. Shout out Happy Home Appliances. It was an amazing experience, and I kid you not, I had a lot of fun. One of the things was because it was a startup, and two was because I found that business owners that respect the work that people do and share that you have value, Because when my supervisor came to me and said to me that, he asked me to pull me aside. I was a little scared. I thought I did something wrong. This must have been my 6th week. And I'm coming in working like I work, probably the oldest person in the office. But
you were younger than everybody there.
Yeah, work is different. And what he let me know is, look, we would like to give you a raise, but we don't have a whole big budget. Could you take an extra $1 an hour? I was like, sure, no problem. Because I know what to do with money. That's a big difference. That's why it didn't hurt my heart that $1 an hour in 6 weeks was not a bad thing. Y'all get that? So wait. While I was happy and relieved, he also mentioned, we want to tell you that your numbers are the best. Your returns in customer service are the absolute best. We're getting good reports from you about you. Now, mind you, all I did was help people get to stuff they were already owed. It's called customer service. I don't manage any accounts. Y'all get where I'm coming from? I just made life between the public, the problem, and the company easier, and I knew my value. What do you do? What do you do at your job or in your business? What is your superpower? That's something I'm really good at. And I didn't discover that until someone said, thank you, we see you. It's time for us to see ourselves. How do you see you? How do you show up for you? Are you employing your superpower to where you can leave that place and the first thing they do is go, what do you mean you're leaving? What do you mean you're leaving? Can you outgrow your current position? Or are you there because you have no other choices? Or you worried about what's out in the world?
That's a statement to make. That's a statement of, are you there because you put yourself in a box and there's nowhere else. There's no up, there's no down. There's just where you're standing. And
so we actually are going to be putting together a new program. I'm working on this. For those who live in Harlem, if you're out here in the Harlem world, P2G is looking for a program to teach resume and resume development utilizing AI. So we're teaching AI, resume, and cover letter building. Teaching you how to use the basis of AI to do more than just use it for Google. Y'all don't need to just be using it like Google. That's ridiculous.
They already got a Google.
It's very powerful. And we want to teach you, got it? What we teach in our 12-week program. The program itself will be free for nonprofits to be able to facilitate what we're doing. So we're looking for 4 nonprofits because we're going to be teaching once a month in each location. So have them reach out to P2G Networks at proton.me and let us know if you want your program can be in ages. Of course, we'll have ages, 13? I'm loving it. The younger kids can learn how to do it too because summer youth is a thing. Ages 13 to 26 within the program because we work with different programs. Yes, 26.
Yeah.
So we're looking for nonprofits. You can be a church, a young people's program, a work program, whatever it is. You just have to be in the New York tri-state area. We do not mind traveling, but there's only 4 slots because there's 4 days a month. This happens to be a 4-week program. So each program gets once a week, a month. Got it? So I'm really excited. You're going to get amazing.
I like that sound. Way that sounds.
Oh, it's going to get, this was something that we had developed within the 12-week program, and now we're taking it out offline into the world. So you get a little taste of what it means to be a part of the P2G curriculum. So give us a call or reach out. That's not a problem. You got, look, Al, you got to put them banners up. You got P2G Networks. You can always get us there too. That's what we do.
I got you.
Yeah. I got it. So y'all know what we do. Breakfast with the Thomases. We try to keep it popping. We got a conversation today. Mr. Thomas picked up some content he wanted to talk with us about. So come on in the space. Y'all know we got to get some elevation, some education to elevate. Elevation, execute, and elevate. That's how it works. And so let's see what education we got planned today?
Okay, so grand rising, everybody. Welcome to Mental Wellness Monday. There's a video that we're going to show today, and I want you guys to take it for what it's worth. A lot of times, things like we know there's a bunch of wars going on and things that happen all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever thinks that what happens if the war comes to your doorstep? What do you do? How do you prepare? What occurs in the position when you're there? So this video is a kind of a
preparation.
Let's think about this.
Let me
think about this. And I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This is a good one. Because one of the things that we talk about at P2G is we already know where the problems are. What do we have for solutions?
Right.
We're going to talk about a problem.
I think he got the video I saw. Yeah.
And we're going to do some resolution. And I think this is going to be really cool because I think everyone needs to understand this.
All right, let's get it popping. We got one bubble before we go.
Hey, good morning. Thomas, Mr. Thomas, for this Monday. BC Black Casper out here on the streets of Stereo and Clappers for this Monday. Always say you made it, somebody else didn't make it. Hope you have a great, wonderful Monday. Hope you had a great, wonderful weekend out here in PA, headed down to New York. But I'm hoping you're having a great day. Mr. Thomas and Miss Thomas, BC Black Casper, have a great, wonderful day. Listen to Serious and Clappers.
Hit us up when you come through, bro.
Come through, Guru.
Now, just so that you know, he drives a truck, and most times I realize Brother Black Casper is in an upstate area. That we are downstate. We're in the city, so we are in the southern part of the state of New York. We're not in the upper part. We would like to be sometimes. I really enjoy it when we go upstate. Okay, and so Brother Black Casper, always, please hit us up. At least we can make that ethereal connection. I like that.
Yes.
That's what's up. And be safe, brother, please. As my husband always says, what, Mr. Thomas?
Watch your six and watch them white lines.
That's right. So let's get it popping. We're about to start our informational. Mr. Thomas, you got it.
It is a brand new day. The sun is bright and the wind blows strong. You don't know it yet, but you are about to lose everything you have prepared for before sunset. Not from robbers nor from looters, but from the very institute that was supposed to protect you. It's early January on a clear Tuesday morning. You're standing in your driveway, mostly because the concept of weekends dissolved about 4 days ago along with the power grid. A nice young man in a high visibility vest is smiling at you. He's not holding a weapon. He's holding a form with a government seal on it. He asks politely if you have any extra fuel stored in your garage because the local hospital's backup generator is failing. You hesitate. You feel guilty. You feel like a citizen. So you point to the jerry cans in the shed. And just like that, you didn't get robbed. You got processed. If that scenario makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, click off this video and go wait for the relief truck that isn't coming. For the rest of you paranoid intellects, welcome back. Most people think the government kicks down doors with battering rams. They don't. They use executive orders, emergency powers, and the polite social pressure that makes you hand over your survival gear to a government bureaucrat named Kevin. But don't worry, because today we are breaking down the first 5 things the government will legally seize when the lights go out, and exactly how to make sure those things vanish before the clipboard army arrives. Item 1, the liquid gold. Let's start with the fuel sitting in your garage right now. The average suburban dad thinks he's Mad Max because he has 2 red plastic containers of ethanol-blended gasoline next to his lawnmower. Here is the reality. Under mandates like the Defense Production Act or Executive Order 13603 here in the States, energy resources are the very first asset to be centralized. When the supply chain snaps, fuel doesn't belong to you, it belongs to critical infrastructure. That means if you have a visible, registered, or obvious fuel tank, you are essentially just holding on to it for them. You aren't a survivalist, you're a storage facility. The mistake here is volume and visibility. If you have a giant 500-gallon tank in your backyard, you might as well paint a bullseye on your roof. So, how do you hide a flammable liquid that smells like dinosaur ghosts? You decentralize. Stop trying to be a gas station. Instead of one giant tank, you use smaller, portable containers spread across your property. Some in the shed, some in the basement, some in the back of the truck. And you use decoy cans. Leave 2 empty or half-full cans right by the garage door. When the requisition team shows up, you hand those over with a heavy sigh. They get their win, they check a box, and they leave. Meanwhile, your actual supply is tucked away behind a false wall in the pantry. If you're relying on a stockpile everyone can see, you're not prepping, you're just gathering supplies for the White House. Item 2. The precious metals, aka the shiny rocks. Next up, we have the fantasy of every internet tough guy, gold and silver. You've seen the movies, the world ends and suddenly everyone is trading gold coins like 17th century pirates. Here is the history lesson most people skip. In 1933, Executive Order 6102 made it illegal for US citizens to own monetary gold. They didn't need a metal detector to find it, they just made it impossible to use. If you tried to buy bread with a gold bar, you went to jail. In a modern crisis, they won't go door to door for your wedding ring. They'll just suspend the convertibility of precious metals or flag any transaction involving them as black market activity. If you are stacking generic gold bars, you are investing in a paperweight that could get you arrested. The workaround is legal perception. Historically, there was an exemption for collectible or numismatic coins. They weren't considered currency, they were considered art or history. So instead of buying the big shiny I'm a hoarder bullion bars, you look for older circulated coins, junk silver, pre-1964 quarters, things that look like pocket change to a looter but hold silver value to a trader. You hide them in plain sight. A jar of pennies on a bookshelf is boring. A safe labeled gold is a loot crate. If this is starting to make you realize your safe is basically a gift box for the National Guard, do me a favor and hit the like button. It confuses the algorithm and validates my trust issues. Item 3. The food on your table. Let's talk about your pantry. The biggest myth in the survival community is the gray man. Everyone thinks they can blend in. But let me tell you, when everyone else has lost 10 pounds and you're walking around looking well-fed and smelling like beef stew, you're not blending in, you're glowing. Governments enact anti-hoarding laws almost immediately during shortages. During the World Wars and even recent pandemics, having excess was framed as unpatriotic. Your neighbors, yes, the nice ones who wave at you, will report you, not because they're evil, but because their kids are hungry and they saw you carrying in 6 bags of rice last month. The seizure mechanism here isn't the police, it's social pressure followed by a search warrant. The fix isn't burying MREs in the woods where the raccoons will eat them. The fix is architectural camouflage. Stop putting your food on open shelves in the garage. Use dead space. Under the floorboards of a closet, behind the drywall in the laundry room, inside empty suitcases in the attic. You want a public pantry that looks bare. Keep a few boxes of pasta and some sad-looking cans of peas on the main shelf. When the neighbors peek in the window, they need to see you struggling, not feasting. Item 4. Your ability to talk. Communication equipment. I know, you have a Baofeng radio you don't know how to program and a stack of walkie-talkies. In a declared state of emergency, control over information is priority number 1. The Communications Act of 1934 gives the president the authority to suspend or seize wire and radio communications. In modern terms, that's the internet kill switch and jamming frequencies. If you are broadcasting on open channels, you are triangulating your own location. You're basically shouting, "Here I am, come take my stuff." The government doesn't need to seize your radio to stop you, they just jam the signal. But if they see an unregistered ham radio setup, they can confiscate it as a matter of national security. Hide the antenna. That massive tower on your roof, that's not a hobby, that's a beacon. Use attic antennas, use wire antennas you can spool out into a tree at night and reel in by morning. And for the love of everything holy, get your electronics into a Faraday bag when you're not using them. Not just to stop an EMP, but to stop your devices from shaking hands with local cell towers and logging your location history. If you're still watching this, congratulations, you've outlasted the 80% of viewers who clicked off because they prefer comforting lies. And that brings us to the worst part, the asset they want most. They can take your gas, they can take your gold, but under Executive Order 13603, there's a provision for the allocation of civilian labor. That's right, you. If you have a special skill, if you're a doctor, a welder, a mechanic, or just a warm body capable of digging a ditch, the government can requisition your labor. This is the one nobody talks about. You plan to be a lone wolf protecting your homestead, but suddenly you're drafted to fill sandbags 3 counties over because you made the mistake of registering your certifications with the state. The myth is that your skills make you valuable to your family. The reality is that your skills make you valuable to the state. How do you hide yourself? You practice strategic incompetence. On paper, be boring. Don't brag about your survival skills on Facebook. Don't have certified medic stickers on your car. Be the gray man on the database. Be useful to your tribe. Be useless to the bureaucracy. Here's something to keep in mind. The government isn't necessarily the villain in their own story. They're trying to keep a sinking ship afloat by grabbing whatever buckets they can find. The problem is that you are the bucket. If you take nothing else away from this, remember, possession is 9/10 of the law, but anonymity is 10/10 of survival. It doesn't matter what you have if the wrong person knows you have it. If this knowledge saves your life someday, or at least keeps your pantry safe from Kevin and his clipboard, you know what button to hit. Now that you know what they'll take, you need to know where to go when staying home is no longer an option. Click this video right here to see the only bug out locations that actually work. I'm Fallout Dude, by the way. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and drop a comment. Oh yeah, the music you're listening to, it was made by me. Please listen to it for a couple of minutes. This is to allow me to earn more to make more videos. Thank you.
Let's go, baby.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
I like Fallout Guy. I like him.
I had never seen, I'll be very honest.
Yeah,
I had never seen Fallout Guy before.
Oh, wow. That was very different than the one I saw. And I'm gonna be really honest. I love that he dropped a law. He dropped the legals. So, you know, don't just take people's word for it. This is really on the books. This is really on the books.
Executive Order 13603.
We shared with you all what happens when the bully gets chased out of the schoolyard. Where do they go to relieve that bully behavior? They go home. They come home and start trying to bully the folks at the house. Where is the American house for America when the world ain't putting up with America's bull crap? Here.
Right here, right?
Getting bullied next by the U.S. government. You. Until you understand how it works, you have to be made aware of what the rules are and how things can shift in your direction. Not always for your direction. You know what I'm saying? Not always for you. So, Mr. Thomas, what made you put that up?
Actually, because I was actually thinking about, you know, we had been talking about doing some stuff around here, and you know, there's got to be some. You can't have everything on Front Street. And you know, you used to say something all the time, and it hit last night. It hit me because I was sitting here. Like, you can't be safe when everybody around you is hungry.
That's what you pointed out.
What made me think about that last night?
Mm-hmm. Everybody looking
because I ate so early. It's like, I'm hungry, and then your words came across my head like, oh, you can't be safe if everybody hungry, and that's what really came about.
And that was just talking about financial literacy, but that's an actuality.
Yeah, it is.
Notice that wealthy people don't actually live around a bunch of poor folks. They might mingle once in a while, but you would never know that they're very wealthy. Do you know why? Because it's not safe. See, guys, let me tell you something. We've got to stop looking at the they and the them of all of these things and get focused on us, on yourself. How to do things are just as much as whatever the things that you do. Doing it in a way that will benefit you long term, that will actually allow your life to be extended is important, because a lot of times we think we got this. I loved all the points that he pointed out that that's how we think, you know. You forget that you show up on paper. Oh, just by the way, I got some folks that be like, Uncle Sam is always watching us. No, you're always giving access. That's how they can see you. You're constantly giving access. They're just connecting paperwork. And now that things are gone digital, it's easier to see you.
Yep, it is.
You log in, tell them where you're at, what you're doing. You know, every purchase that you make is something that they can easily just take a look at. They follow you. You have this thing called a social. You sign up for everything you have with it. And every time it pings off a different place, it says, hey, she bought a this, he bought a that. They have this. You buy gold, they take ID, it goes straight to your address. And guess what? That's what you got.
That's what you got.
But did you know there are fuller laws? Because wealthy people also have gold. They also have oil and excess supplies, right? You think the government is kicking down people's doors like superstars and wealthy business owners? You think Bezos is worried about his supplies being kicked in, and he ain't worried about that, boo-boo, because he don't own anything, and y'all don't understand that. There is no Jeff Bezos $1 billion blah blah blah. It's Amazon, and he's the Amazon guy, right?
Yep, Jeff Bezos. So AWS and all kinds of stuff like that.
You notice that the Amazon is not named Bezos. Anything. His name ain't on nothing. What the hell is an Amazon? All we know is it's a
jungle and a delivery service
in the world somewhere.
That's what we think. We think two things.
Got a question. Facebook. Who do y'all think about? Zuckerberg, right? Notice he didn't put his name on it. And that he has no name on it, he does not have anything. That is his corporation.
Absolutely.
But see, you and me, we love swinging around that, carrying around that social and making sure everybody, I got this one, I got my car, you own this, my name that, my name this. And guess what? They go, oh, you citizen, we need that. Thank you. Oh, you person that we control, we need that. Thank you. You're already in everything you own is indoctrinated to the cause.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Everything you own is indoctrinated to the cause because you haven't sat down and figured out how this place works. But that's why we teach digital financial literacy. That's why we teach. We're not trying to teach you how to hide from the government. We're trying to teach you how to move like the ones that make that lives matter. You want people go, all lives matter. If you want your life to matter, you have to put in the work and education in the area that makes it matter. Doesn't matter because you were born. It only matters how you use what you were born with. That's it. Because too many people think that all life matters. Most of y'all don't realize that the animal kingdom thinks a very different way there.
That's called survival of the fittest.
Yes, it is. And it works in our human animal community kingdom as well. You've got to start working on fitness. That's why we talk about mental wellness, peace of mind. I would be more at peace with the video that I just saw than not ever having that and it taking place in my life. I choose not to be on the side of the have-nots when it comes to the something or nothing moment in life.
This video has it laid down some very strategic moves for you to actually take.
Yeah, and it's like back it up with legals, with the law. You guys can check all of that out. And by the way, we got that on YouTube. That's a YouTube.
That's an easy one. I can even put it up for you guys so you can have a link.
Who are watching. And I want to say shout out to everybody who's on the show, who's watching the show this morning and actually here. Y'all know this is a conversation we have to have as a community. We have to have a conversation for resolutions to the things that are real in our lives that we're really dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Look, I've been accused of being a preacher. I've been accused of being a preacher. I'm not a preacher yet. We haven't gotten to that point as yet. But we are heading there quickly to where we will be teaching people how to move life in their way. I'm not here to bring you church. I'm here to help you uprise and help you to overcome the thing that's holding you back. Because a lot of folks, you know, we come in, we open the doors on Wednesdays, and some of you guys are coming, which I'm really excited. But I don't know if you know, there is a point of no return on some of the things that we do and the things that we teach. We've been sharing with you all that this process has been sped up. And the process is the world change. The world is in a space of change, of drastic change. This has happened before. I wasn't here, but thank God I'm a history buff. I'm a big history buff. This happened less than 100 years ago when we had just before the Great Depression. I think some of y'all can remember hearing about it, reading about it, things like that. And I got some folks, Michael Maxwell, what's up? Love from Louisiana, appreciate you. All right, Miss Faye.
Glad to have you.
Got what I'm saying? Some of y'all remember the lessons from history. I used to love history class. I could not remember a thing. I couldn't remember dates, and I knew significance because of the story. But try to throw a date at me, I was having a hard time. Try to know somebody's name at me. Oh my God, but I knew what happened, right? And the significance. That I knew. Because a power play is a power play.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Y'all get it? A power play is just going to be a power play. And when you are out here in this game called life, you need power plays. You need to know the form of power plays. You need to know what moves will move, where you are on the game on the board. You got to know where you are on the board and what plays have been made before you. It's why we teach crypto gaming, because we got a lot of games that teach mental strategy.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? I love it because I earned crypto learning how to strategize against total strangers across the world. Our goal is to always sharpen the mind, manage the life, build the goals and dreams, and not only be useful, but produce. If you all are trying to get to that every day, it's always a different level. Somebody's doing something different to get to something different. But you know what? We all have the same need to get there, you know, kind of the same requirements of getting there. That's the weird thing. All different roads, but we all got the same requirement to get to that road. You know what makes me different? I'm getting there because I have more than just me figuring it out. I figured out a long time ago that networking in the right direction with the right people gets me to my goal. My question is are we still trying to move in the individual? You know, because honestly speaking, we talked about that, I think, last week, that Army of One. I hated when that video came out. The United States government and with a lot of propaganda tried to teach us that the Army of One had value. That is a lie.
That is
from the pit of hell. And I can tell you this because too many of us live in a state where we've got to do it for ourselves. And there's not a person who succeeded has done that. Oprah has a long list of folks that she has to thank for where she's at. And that's just an example. Every success you've ever had, it started with them. It took their dedication to their purpose, but it also took a lot of people to move that person's success into place.
To move the needle.
Mr. Thomas, you okay over there? Because you keep dying on your camera.
I'm sorry.
Going
trying to make sure I don't drop something.
Okay. Got to check on the husband. He ain't exactly in this room. You know what I'm saying? Mm. All right, y'all.
Thank you for checking.
Of course. So we're gonna talk about it. Where are we going, Mr. Thomas? Look, this was your conversation. I really enjoyed the video. What was the motivation behind that bringing that video? Because I'm gonna be really honest. Has anybody been paying attention to the news? That's a little scary. How close to this is starting to look like they're making a connection here.
They are. A lot of it
outside the window, looking at that information. All that stuff sitting on the books.
One of the things that I find that was very I don't want to say problem. That's not what you see on the news is usually too late. I'm going to say that right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
What you see on the news is too late because there have already been there have been meetings in the back room. Agendas have been already laid out. All we're getting is we need you to know that it's coming, but we want you to stay calm, as it comes across the board. As an individual and as a group. Individuals are easier to control, but when you operate as a group and you have a unit, you have a consensus that can move together with some common sense and some strategy that actually works. People need to have an understanding that you can't have everything on Front Street, and not everyone is your friend when they sit and smile with you. That's one of the things that I found to be very, very true. They can smile in your face, and you saw him speak to it. The Fallout guy. People will look through your window to see what you got, to compare what they got to see if you're doing any better.
And then they'll tell on you.
And they're telling you. Sunday we talk about status correction, and we talk about what's possible. We talk about what you can do. But this isn't the platform for it. You have to come check out Sunday night and actually show up. We put it out to you. There's one of the programs that we do every week, 8 o'clock Sunday night. Go to P2G, click on it, and we have a conversation about your rights and privileges, permissions, and all those things that you really don't really have an understanding. And we talk kind of about what your citizenship is as an individual and what it actually entails. One of the things that I think is a really good measure of reality is when you hear people tell you, I'm doing fine. People say they're doing fine. What does that mean? No one actually has looked at the word fine. And, people are doing fine. They're going to work. They're putting in 16 to 20 hours a day, coming back home, redoing it again. But they haven't had a chance to look at their finances. They haven't had a chance to look across the door at the partner who's holding it down. That's what we call fine. Of recent, I haven't been out going to work, but I've come to realize that is the hamster wheel that we run life on. We run a hamster wheel because we think that's the norm. That's the status quo.
Mm.
And people keep pushing you into the status quo like it's okay. Status quo isn't okay. Well, no, that's wrong. Status quo is what you want if that's what you choose. Status quo is okay if that's what you choose. But if you get up every day and you keep saying there's got to be something else. There's something else that's hitting you in the back of the head all the time, telling you there's got to be a better way. Come check out Sunday night. Come check out Wednesday night at the community action meeting. Can we put that up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come check out the community action. Find out what else is available for you. What else can you do? Is operating in the fiat realm all there is? And what else is there if the fiat goes kaplooey?
I don't know if it's operating in the fiat role. I need you all to recognize that there's different ways to prepare and to be safe. But are you asking yourself, am I safe?
Mm-hmm.
Not
that's the question.
Right. I think that's really what happens is that we have to start realizing that it's a matter of personal safety and sanity. Are you able to relax? When you wake up in the morning, do you feel secure? Do you feel at ease? Like things are under control. A lot of us don't realize most times we don't. Most times. And I remember this. I remember having this feeling before I got new skills for managing myself and my life. I remember waking up very, because I had 2 kids. I'm a mom, 2 kids. I used to work all the time, like my husband. Had a husband who worked away from home regularly. And with that, I'm pretty sure a lot of you all can identify that. Just trying to make sure you make ends meet, that you pay the bills, that you get from up and doing whatever debt you're under, that you don't go into debt. And a lot of us don't know how to manage debt, so we're terrified. Does that make sense? Okay. And it's a manner of managed terror, which becomes kind of a lull that you've gotten used to. It's time to realize you got to seek something more. You've got to seek a new way of being. You want to know what happy is? Sometimes you look at other, and I got to ask a question. Anybody go out and see other people and they wonder, how can they be so calm? What makes them so happy? What makes them, there's people who have these amazing, this comforted, easy ways of being. I know a lot of people ask me, why you smile all the time? Because I smile all the time. Unless something really serious happens. And I mean serious. It has to be extremely serious. It makes me sad or to make me mad. I do get mad, y'all. So let me let you know. I'm a lover, a passionate woman, I'm a sister to the end, and I'm probably the most loyal to the people in my family and my friend groups. So I do get upset, but I don't get belligerent. That's the difference. I'm very thoughtful. Now, about that, I'm a person that's usually smiling. And it's because not just that, because I'm happy to be alive. Brother Black Casper alluded to it. I woke up this morning. There's a lot of folks that didn't.
That is so true.
Every day you wake up, there's a certain large number of people who have not waken up that morning, that have died. So for me, I start with a gratitude in life that just comes out in my face. It comes up, it opens up my cheeks. It opens up, a lot of people are like, I've had gentlemen that say, man, you have a hell of a smile. And I'm like, and it's weird because when I smile, makes people smile. Try it. Try going out. And I mean it, even if it's awkward. I want you to start smiling. Think of one thing you're grateful for and just allow yourself to be in that space. Gratitude changes everything. I am grateful for even a penny. I've learned to be grateful for a penny.
That's the start of wealth.
I breathe. This is wealth for me because it's a seed where many have none. That's just because I teach digital financial literacy. There are other seeds in my life. Conversation, love, lust, anger, my agility, the ability to dance. I love to sing. Every bit of it, grateful, gratitude filled. And only because I begin to understand I was blessed with abundance by being awakened today. I've been given my faculties, the ability to speak. Thank you, God, I can walk, because that has been a journey and a mission. I've had 2 knee surgeries, y'all. Okay? And I made it. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to make sure I get as much as I can to get to the goal to keep moving forward. To keep forward.
Very true.
No matter what comes in my way, even if I have to stop, I will get back up. That is what we're doing here, y'all. We are getting up and we're waking people up to let them know it's time to come on in, brothers and sisters. You wonder where you can go? This is where you can go. This is why we say come to Wednesday. Unless you want to just join the class and go and join the platform. Go get your membership. P2G Networks is up there. Go get your membership. But come on in and be in the conversation anyway. See, I think what happens is we gotten so jilted by organization programs, multi-level marketing companies. We done got scammed to where we don't trust people. And it's not people you don't trust that you may not know. It's you don't trust. And it's just something that we have to learn to deal with. That's why I said we named it Mental Wellness Monday. Because you can't grow past what you don't know about you.
No, you cannot.
You don't see it in the mirror, you won't correct it, will you? When I'm in the mirror, I'm looking for what? I'm looking
what's
to make
not right.
All together. That's right, to correct what's not right. Because it's within my power. And it was within your power. That's how it works for all of us. P2G is a platform where we come together, everybody meets for their own purpose, but you meet people that help fulfill your purpose, and you as well. We want to know what your skills are because we're the community, not the government. We're trying to get to the other side with you. Make sense? We're trying to get you on the other side so you have true value to move in the world. You'll be able to go anywhere, and I love that because we can travel. You want to leave this place? Leave it. We had a discussion. I was asking, how many of you can get up and go and travel without having to plan or save? Something happened to a relative in another state, you can just go. Anybody? Y'all can put it up. Y'all can text, whatever. Put up a bubble. How you doing? We got some folks. Hey, Alex, I see you. Thank you so much for being on. Yes, what's up? We're on multiple platforms. I want to make sure I give love to all of you all. Thank you all on YouTube, Clapper, Spatial. We got Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, and even StreamYard. Y'all all coming in from everywhere, and I can feel the love. Know that is return. And I'm not I love you frivolous person, because I can't wait to lay hands on you and get my hugs in. And get my love. Al knows. We've met some of y'all. And you know what we have? We met some of y'all. Some of y'all are in New York. Some of y'all are out in different states. We've gone to
Some of y'all came to visit New York.
Yeah, some people came to visit New York. And so call us on the phone and say, hey, Shruby, I'm
shout out to AJ
in the Bronx. That's what's up. Okay. And when you there, it's like, let's go break some bread. We got to do this, y'all. Because what's the point in having all this technology bring us together if we never meet? I've had people come from other countries when they get here. They're like, Miss Ruby, I'm here in New York. And I'm like, oh, okay. Where you at? You know, Brother Bay didn't expect us to pick him up. See,
Brother Bay was funny. Brother Bay was so funny.
And he had a great time. My loves, life is about the connections you make, not standing your own. Now, government is about standing your square. Remember that. There's a difference. Y'all get what I'm saying?
There's a time and place for everything.
Thank you. Thank you. And we are here to work it out to help each other understand where those places are, how to get through those places, how to build. So if you're dealing with, I don't care if you're dealing with no money, debt, you're getting ready to go to jail, whatever. I don't care. You need to be in a conversation with someone who has some new information and some other resources. That's why P2G Networks is created, because it's a network of the people, and we all bring our resources. So you are a network as well, and we're looking for you. Speaking of which, I want to make sure we plop this up here. Mr. Thomas, I see you have it up here.
Yeah, I did, because that's necessary.
Program coming up on Sundays. It is it's a weekly program for those who are ready to get their hands dirty and get them all greasy in the new in DeFi. Let's see. We're teaching DeFi processes. This is a focused program for those who've learned the basics. So if you have some of the basics already down and you're like, but I want to start learning money, we got to start earning money. This is our Money Making Sunday. So we focus on the how-tos of how to really put your funds in and make stuff happen for you. Start building your savings up. Start figuring out, oh, I need assets. I don't need a bunch of cash. I need interest coming in. I don't need a bunch of money sitting around in a jar somewhere. I also need to have full access. Y'all see, that's a big difference. Custody.
That's a whole nother conversation to have. Custody.
Okay. So the 10th, Sunday, this will be our first week. You guys have to sign up. Yes, there is a tuition. It's monthly. And I want you guys to start, and you can do a payment plan. It's not even a problem. But I want you all to start realizing it's time to get active. It's time to start realizing you want your own. People are like, I don't have a retirement. That's not something my job offers. And why aren't you building a retirement for yourself? Because at some time, do you really want to stop having to work for every dime?
There are individual retirement plans that people can create. You can create. You just need to be in that conversation.
You don't have to give it to somebody else. You can manage it yourself. We can show you what to do. Now, the biggest thing is that that's called class. That's where we teach that. We practice every week. We practice a new way of a method of building into an interest-bearing account for yourself. Something that starts to work. And by the way, you don't have to do something that's going to make your money work later. You're going to be doing it in class.
Absolutely.
So you have to have a certain level of knowledge. This isn't something you just jump into. Miss Ruby's not crazy, and I'm not out here trying to get your money. I'm trying to build your skills so you could get your money. Okay, I get paid for my time and my skill set. You get paid for building the skills with your money. You constantly are building on. That's why I told you guys, I love it because my boss I didn't worry about getting paid $1 more an hour. And, it's not that significant. So what? When you know what to do with money, you give yourself a raise. Did that ever occur to y'all? Give yourself a raise. I don't lecture, I train. Our courses are not for lecturing, it's for training. And to teach you to train your money, teach you to respect your finances, and train your finances to respect your life. Ain't it something?
That's how it should always be.
Well, it should, but we don't live in should.
We don't live in should, but
that's right.
Your money is your money unless you let somebody else manage it for you.
We have so many, I love having conversations. So Wednesday we talk about this. We actually have our conversations about, what we want to, what can we do? What are the possibilities? And what I'm going to be doing is talking about each week's subject going forward. So this Wednesday we'll be talking about, the Sunday class coming and what the subject matter is going to be, but we will not be going into it. That's not where that happens. If you're interested in about finding, and I love that because he threw in the gold. Cryptocurrency is not as controlled as you might think it is because you don't know. That's why it gets you. So you bring the right questions and you'll get the right answers. You'll also get proof of what happens because one of the things I share with you is don't believe a word anybody says, including me. You're watching a show with two strangers on YouTube or some social media, and you don't trust us. We're okay with that. We don't want you to trust us. Because trust is subjective, darling. It's subject to proof. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Go get the proof and come on back and have a conversation with somebody you now know you can trust. Does that make sense? I love it because people talk about discernment, but you don't know how discernment works. It's not a feeling. It's a process. Ooh, go ahead. Tell me about it. Who knew discernment was an actual process? I prove things. I have people prove me. But see, we've got to grow. Okay. You got to be willing to continue to grow. Oh my gosh, I got so many amazing people on. Thank you so much for being with us, everybody. All of these amazing folks. We've been very busy. Last week, I told you guys to hop on. We were going to get it together, and I did. We did do the show. So go check out some of the music that we created for the P2G radio show that we did last week.
I like a couple of them.
Building the platform. And for those who are artists, if you're a spoken word artist or a music artist, we are now in the process of helping you guys get some support in building your projects. Free. The conversation's on Wednesday. Click the link and come hang out with us on Zoom and have a conversation.
Get it back up there
to do it. So if you go on, yes, it's fine. The Zoom link is up here. The Zoom is up here. If you would like the link, I would definitely be sending it to you. Please make the request at our website or just send it to our email like I just put out. Okay. I want you guys to realize something. Everything you're asking for is there. It's already here. It's done. You just don't know how to ask. And that's where we fall, and we as people fall into the lack. Y'all know, I keep hearing words like, oh, our people have this problem and we have that problem and we the last to this. And no, we're not. You can't claim in one voice you're the creator and then say you're the last two. I get that. That right there is hypocrisy on a high level. I get this all the time. Oh, our people, this, that, and the other, but we this, that, and the other. And I'm like, those two things cannot exist in the same place. Know that we're just not passing on the generations to the generations. Mr. Thomas, did you mean to leave the room?
No, did not.
Wow, I went all alone. All right. So, guys, I just want you to realize that you've got family beyond blood. Know that out there. That you've got folks that think, we use common sense. If you don't know what common sense is, it's just the way it makes sense. It's just thinking in a way that's much simpler, and it makes things make sense. So it actually makes practical sense in your world. It gives you something to work with and to work from. Mm-hmm. And it's something that you have to practice for it to work in your life. So let's go find out how we can build a community, build in the community, and build up the community where you're at. I want everyone to know that I'm excited because P2G Radio is coming along. We got a little radio program because we're creating music. Mm-hmm. Now we're creating music. And we want to teach you all how to do it. That's something that people learn in our 12-week program. So these little skills that you're going to see popping out, these projects that are popping out are coming from the skill sets built into the 12-week build program. If you would like to join us, you're welcome to join us. Did you put that in?
Come again?
This time, did you put up the 12-week program, which starts in 2 weeks?
No, we did not put the 12 weeks.
Okay. So on the website, you'll see our 12-week program. If you would like to put yourself into, and I mean this, anyone want to take on some serious, vigorous financial building, come join us. One of the things that we had a lot of fun with last 12-week session, was something called the challenge. We did a D.F.L challenge in week 6. When the group knew what it was about, what the finances were about, how to work the tech and how to protect their systems, they went into what's called the D.F.L challenge. And the D.F.L challenge allowed them to be able to learn how to move money and build money. Because I make sure I put my money where my mouth is, okay? I'm not a hypocrite. So they utilize funding from the platform to build finances so that they could win the actual overage. So they used about $500, and anything over it, their team got to split. All of it utilized in crypto, and every bit of it had to be accounted for. Our teams did phenomenally. They learned so much about markets. They learned so much about finances, and some of them were smart enough to actually do the same process with their own money. So they made some money while they were making the money in the class. My thing is we have resolutions for the problems that we have. We just have to be brave enough to encounter them and take them on. I do in 12 weeks what they cannot do in 12 years. We have accomplished together in 12 weeks what most schools are not able to accomplish within 12 years. And that's with people who have different levels of learning, different education levels, different comprehension levels, and even some learning disabilities. So if we can get that done, anything is possible. It is time for us to come together in a reality, not in the conversation. I got politicians out here who's talking, and I'm telling them, say, put your money where your mouth is, because until then, we can't move. And in the meantime, I do it myself. I make sure that I do it for myself. My husband does it for himself, and we do it as a company for all of y'all. When are you going to put your money where your mouth is? And that's all I have to ask. And in that, we're at the top of the hour. Mr. Thomas,
this was an exciting hour. I'm glad you enjoyed what we put up.
Mental Wellness Monday. Thank you for
I hope everyone got something.
Thank you for
Grand Rising, my brother. I see you in the space. Thank you for being on. Guys, I have just one final thought to leave you with. If you want to get to the top, go by yourself. If you want to get there and have support with people who believe in what you do and you believe in what they do, go as a group. You stay there longer.
Ooh. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. See you. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases.